my name's Steve Hollingsworth, and I'm the founder of For Him and president of For Him. We started the organization in 1999, but we started doing the mission work at least 10 years before that. In the early 90s, we went to Jamaica originally with medical teams, and we had a small group of guys: Monty Wallen, Ed Goss, Steve Quillen, and Wayne McGuirk from Amarillo, Texas. And we would just gather teams together from our various churches and get together, get a bunch of medical supplies together, and head out to Jamaica and do these medical clinics. And then Wayne introduced us to a ministry in Acuna, Mexico, and we started doing trips to Acuna, Mexico in the summertime and on holidays and things like that. In '98, I believe it was '98, we went to a training at Mercy Ships. A lady by the name of Christine Colby had a week-long seminar on community development and missions. And Ed Goss and Monty Wallen and I went and got a lot of really great information. And then the next year, Monty and Nyla, Mark and Lou Walpus, and Nancy and I went to Mercy Ships and sat down with them and talked to them about what it would look like to start a nonprofit. And we told them our ideas and thoughts on it, and we got a lot of feedback from them and got a lot of information from them. And then in 1999, we actually started having board meetings and came up with a name. And the name of the ministry is His Healing Helping Hands International Ministries. And that's 4 words with an H, International Ministries. So we call it For Him for short. And we were doing a lot of missions right there in Oklahoma City, doing outreaches on southwest Oklahoma City, and then working with City Rescue Mission and things like that. But over the course of time, as we expanded what we were doing, we had to have an office, we had to have a warehouse, because we ended up with all these resources, and Monty and I had everything kept in our garages, and we said, we got to find a place to put this stuff. So Victory Christian Center had a space in their old building and gave us a space, and Monty and Nancy and I organized all the stuff that we had gathered up, and Victory helped us with getting some warehouse racks and some shelving units, and we started a warehouse at Victory Christian Center. Eventually, Victory was growing and getting bigger, and they needed their space. So we started looking for a new warehouse and a new office. In early, I believe it was 2001, we found an office in Edmond and started moving everything from Victory over to the new warehouse in Edmond. And it was quite a move. We had lots and lots of stuff, truckloads of things, of medical things. And we had to add more warehouse equipment, and Wade and Jules Clefcorn, board members at that time, were very helpful to get that done. Dr. Loran Harris, who was one of our original board members and one of the original team members in Jamaica, who had been very helpful in advice and support to us just getting For Him started, helped us set up the warehouse, and an RN named Sandy Orchard came along at that time and actually had been on one of our Jamaica trips a few years earlier. She started helping us at that time and really was instrumental in taking For Him to the next level. When we got moved into the new warehouse, we had a pastor's prayer luncheon at the new warehouse, and Pastor Craig Crochelle from Life Church came over and helped us dedicate the new office and prayed over us, and we really appreciated him doing that. And we were working quite extensively with Life Church at the time, helping them get their mission started, working with Victory, working with Trinity Fellowship out of Amarillo, Texas a lot with Wayne McGuirk. And so it was just a team effort. A lot of people from lots of different places, different denominations, different states, all working together to get missions done. And that's kind of what For Him is. We are literally just a platform or a conduit for missions. In 2003, my daughter, who had traveled on all those places I'd mentioned earlier with us, graduated college, and she said, I'm going to go to Africa. And we had those connections with Mercy ships at the time. And so she went to Africa on the Mercy ship. And she traveled there in January, and the ship was in Sierra Leone. And then after 2 months, it sailed to Togo and worked in Togo for 2 months. And while she was in Africa, she made several connections. And when she returned in April of 2003, she said, we've got to go back to Africa. We've got to help the orphanages and some of the pastors there. And she was right. That's what we needed to do. And so her and I returned in September and set up a program in Togo. And then we took a team in December of 2003, our first team to Togo. And then over the course of time, we expanded to Sierra Leone and started taking several teams every year to Africa. We started doing microloan businesses. We did small and medium enterprises. We have a bakery in Togo. We have some general stores in Togo and Ghana. We have a restaurant in Sierra Leone. We have a lot of microloan businesses among the polio populations, among the amputee populations, and with a lot of widows. And we continued doing stuff in Mexico, and we would intersperse a trip to Belize or Peru, Mexico, Honduras, and we also expanded into New York City. The experience we got working in Oklahoma City in the inner city, we got an opportunity to work with an inner city ministry in New York City, and began working in New York City also during that time. As time has gone on, we've seen some really tremendous things happening. We've provided the funds for surgeries, eye surgeries, heart surgery. We've had some plastic surgery done on some burn victims. We've done hernia surgeries. We've provided prosthetic limbs for amputees. All these things that we were able to do is because people got involved and people had a vision to change the lives of people and so other people. So it's not a one-man operation. I'm the president and founder of For Him, but it's not really about me at all. It's about me helping people organize their vision and their goals, and in the different nations that we travel to, and then we facilitate the ministry to happen. And part of our vision is also to empower the indigenous leadership to do what they do, to do the ministries that they do, to touch the lives and the communities they work in. We don't go with an agenda. We find out what the indigenous leadership wants, and then we see what we can do to help them with that. we are in 2011. We've been a 501c3 for 12 years now. And I would have never believed that we were able to build schools and churches and save lives with surgeries and provide the needed resources for people to improve their own lives, empower people to see what God's going to do in their lives. So we never would have believed that this could be done. It's just been organic. It's been completely God's vision. And we just pray that we can continue. We're looking for more people that have vision to reach the lost and help the needy. And we believe God's going to continue to use for Him as a platform or as a conduit for His blessing.